Hello, everyone.
We're starting in a couple of minutes. I'm waiting more people to join here. I see a few of you have logged in already. Please let me know if you can hear me well, if there is no echo. Oh. We're starting in a couple of minutes. I'm waiting. So I see a few people I know. Peter, thank you also for your review. I'm already using some of the pages. Thank you very much for enjoying the previous webinar and happy to have you here too. I see some other people. I think I answered a few of your questions on the community. David, Kathy, I see Nikki and Wendy. I don't remember them interacting. I would love to know where are you from, what are your biggest challenges, or what are your questions. We're going to start in a minute. I'm waiting as this is exactly the time of the webinar. People should be logging in right now. So I think that's you're the first people. Let's start for now, and we expect more participants to join in. I would love to know who you are again. If you want to introduce yourself in the chat. So my name is Nick Malekos, and one of the digital marketers in Learnwords, and I have been in charge of instructing and delivering the workshops in general on the JLI. So this is a lot of work been happening behind the scenes from both Learnwords and many experts we have hired or we have asked to join through these workshops. So in this workshop, I'm very happy to have Rachel helping me, and she delivers some of the videos. Today I will be answering the Q&A alone. You can see Rachel's video throughout the course, and be sure to also check the homepage of the Just Launch It. We have coming up the landing page workshop, and we have many more workshops already delivered, and you can take them as self-paced and many more to come. So going on, just a couple of words about Learnwords. Many of you are on the first steps on creating your own your online course. You're probably right now creating your content. And here at Learnwords, we try to support and educate creators who want to create the course, grow, sell, and then deliver the course. So what is Learnwords? You can call us a Shopify for the knowledge economy, a Shopify for educational products. You're not going to sell any physical products. You're going to sell courses, education, coaching, anything around education. This is what Learnwords does best. We are on one of the best platforms, especially on the learning experience and delivering the education, but you can also find a great place to customize and create your own landing page. And you can also manage your audience. You can sell your courses, you can deliver the experience. You have everything you ever want to create your own online educational business here. This is about the other workshops. So in David, I'm in Cyprus right now. Most of the company's employees are in Greece, but we're based in Cyprus as a business entity. So I have gone through the community and collected some of the Q&As, but I would like to talk a little bit before I go to the questions on the concept of this workshop. We're talking about and how to create an online course in 5 days. So what is this course that you are creating in 5 days? The purpose of this workshop is to help you create the MVP the minimum viable product, the smallest part that you can sell and validate your idea immediately. That means that if you're planning to spend 3 months, 6 months creating your content, you can have an incredible course, but you don't know if this course is what your students are looking for, or they will never buy it. So why spend 6 months doing it? We're going to teach you the framework that you can use to create a full course or a quick course, mini course that you can quickly evaluate and validate your idea, see that it's a sellable product, and you can go on creating a bigger workshop, a bigger course, a bigger coaching. So to understand what an MVP is, think that you are doing a dieting plan about your customers or a fitness exercise, and you're selling them for a month of training or a year of training. Maybe people do that. An MVP will be the first week of this plan. It will be just 1 week, just a few days or even a month of this training or the coaching. You don't need to deliver the full 12 months before you start selling. You can create something small that you can quickly make, package, and sell. And you can see if your audience is there and they're willing to pay for your services, or else why go and create a full year of a program? So I have collected some questions by email and through the community and personal messages. So I'm going to go through this, and feel free to ask me any questions through the chat or the Q&A function of Zoom, and I will be answering them at the end after the prepared questions. So the first one is Geoffrey. The biggest challenge of Geoffrey is how he can balance student, employee, family life, and create the course. The answer is what I have told you before. It's an MVP. Make something that you can evaluate, validate your idea, sell it, and start generating revenue before you go on either quitting your job or spending more time. You don't want to juggle the family and full-time work and then have an online course business on the side that you will be working for the next 6 months without any profit. You want to do something quickly, the first week, in the first month, launch, test it, validate, and spend some more hours selling the course over building the contents. So this is why we focus on working fast, create the content, upload something small. It could be just one video, it could be a few small videos of 10 minutes, 20 minutes maximum, or it could be a PDF, a checkbox, a checklist, anything else like that. Make a plan and work. Even if you are working and you have a work-life balance to accomplish, and then you add one more thing, with a good plan and a few hours over the weekend, you can make an MVP, a minimum viable product course. Another big challenge is where to start. So there are a few solutions, and usually the first step is the most difficult, but it's also the most valuable and what is going to actually help you deliver your course. The first thing you have to do is write down your ideas. You might have one very clear idea, but many people I have talked to have 5, 10 ideas that they don't know which one works. So that's why on the first day of the workshop, we're focusing on researching and validating the idea, testing, seeing if there is any interest. Write down your ideas. On one of the ebooks, I have talked about my favorite method of evaluating ideas and doing brainstorming with post-it notes. With using post-it notes, you can move the ideas around because they could all be related to the same idea. You might have a huge coaching program. You might be teaching cooking, and you have this full equivalent of MBA for cooking courses, but there's so many things that you need to start somewhere. You can see how you can juggle around the different learnings you want to offer and move them into a smaller course that is actually more manageable, and you can start working on it. My suggestion is go on the second section, that's the first day of the course, and download the workbook. Follow the workbook and take the notes down. It will help you focus your ideas, find your subject, and you might need to do it 2, 3, 4 times if you have multiple ideas, and then see if you can evaluate or have a survey and see the interest around your community or your audience around this idea. Lorette, that was one of the earliest, that was the last question I had by Lorette on the community. Feel free to use the community to ask any more questions through the workshop until Friday, and I will be trying to answer to every single one. So Lorette is asking something that I have heard so many times, iterated in so many ways. What's the best camera or the best microphone or the best equipment for recording? So there is no single answer. It depends on where you are, what's available, how much is the cost of delivering. The price points can be different for each one, because for someone $20 is expensive, for someone $100 is cheap. So my suggestion is don't focus on equipment immediately at the beginning, especially if you cannot afford it. You have a smartphone. Your smartphone is much better than most webcams, most cameras in the market already. You don't need something more than that to start a course. If you can afford it, get an HD high definition webcam. I'm using for some of my videos a GoPro. That's also good, but it's not exactly for video on the screens. For sport videos, you can use also a cheap camera, or there are different price levels you can go. We explore more of this on some of our ebooks. So if you go on LearnWorld's website, home website, and the resources, you will find the video creation ebook, and you can download it, and we go through different options from low to higher priced. My suggestion is that if you don't have a camera yet, use your smartphone, deliver an MVP course, and then go on creating more high quality videos. You can always renew and improve the quality later. And have in mind that you might be doing a lower video quality right now, and you might offer your course for cheap to validate the idea, get your first students. But think that after you improve the quality, you shoot the videos after you have some revenue, and you can reshoot the video, you can increase the price. That's a nice refresher to connect with your students and let them know that you have improved the quality, reshoot maybe some new content. So it's a great way to start small and grow with your customers. Then Gordon was asking, can the content be edited, or is it fixed? On LearnWords, it's very flexible. You can create your learning units, you can create ebooks, you can create quizzes, assignments, you can create exams. Everything can be reshoot, redone, edited, and improved upon the way. Think of your course as a live organism. Think that it evolves in time. For example, you might be doing a course in Excel for professionals, or you might be doing a training on work-life balance or safety for the work environment. These things change. There might be a software update, might be new laws, there might be new regulations in your industry. You will want to update the course later on. So don't think about the course that it's fixed. You might come later in a month, or you might come in a couple of years and update it and change it, renew it. You can also change the price when you update it. So don't think about a fixed course and that's it. It's finished. It's perfect. Start with an imperfect course and improve upon the way. That's the right way to do. Looking for the perfect course is great. It's something that you really care about your students. But having the perfect course might never go to market, and your students will never going to actually get it and enjoy it and get the benefits. So better go for the imperfect at the beginning and then grow on. Justin, my main challenge is finding the right niche for teaching. So again, this is someone who has many ideas and not sure which one to go. On the second section again on the workshop, we're talking about the researching the subject, and using the workbook will help you immensely on researching your subject, trying to brainstorm ideas, seeing if they have volume, people are searching for it, people are interested. You can run surveys through social media, maybe Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, ask people to give you feedback. And this feedback will help you understand what niche is better for you. You can even create an MVP for each niche and see which one your audience is interested in and start buying, even for $5. And if you have a few customers on one of the subjects, you can go on and make a bigger course. So the best validation is someone opening their wallet to pay you. $1, $5, $10. Anything is better than zero. Getting free students is not a great way to validate. There is some interest, but doesn't mean they will pay for. So pre-selling is a bit similar. You might not even have a content and start asking people to pre-register, pre-buy for a cheaper price before you go in and create the content. You don't even need to create one page of the content before pre-selling, but it's a good idea to have a plan and be sure that after you sold to a few people, you can deliver in 1 month or 2 months, depending on when you promised it. Because if you don't do that, you'll need to refund people. So if 2-3 people purchase, you can easily refund them and say this doesn't work. But if 100 people purchased, you are responsible about delivering this content. Another thing is pivoting. Pivoting means you may start a course on creating cakes, but it ends up that people want to buy courses on how to make ice cream at home. Changing the subject a little bit, maybe more than a little bit, it's essential. While you are testing, you are not sure what you are delivering. Brad, another big challenge for many creators is making the courses visually appealing. For me, that's a no subject. Using LearnWords, I can make a great landing page easily without any design skills. I'm kind of terrible with visuals, but you have templates. LearnWords site templates can help you make the landing page. We have a lot of templates inside of the ebook. We have a great way to introduce interactivity within the interactive video. So think about using templates and visit our website. Inside this course, we have a lot of templates about outlines for your course, about creating your content and checklists. This will help you and guide you creating the content. But if you are looking to create visual content like PDFs, checklists, images, go on websites like Canvas. Right now, the internet is full of software that can help you for free and with ready-made templates to create anything you want. Canva has great free templates. They have visual templates that you can purchase. You can hire someone to improve on your course. For example, if you have the budget, I will really suggest that after you shoot your course, hire an editor, a professional editor to fix the video before uploading it. It will make it so much better. Another very strong item we use on LearnWords is Lottie animations. You can go and change and add some interactive GIFs, which give some more life on your website and the landing page. But if you're asking how to make the course visually appealing, the best way to go, the content, sorry, visually appealing, use video. Use yourself, use a nice background, and just shoot your video. Video is the best, and just be careful about how to use a video. Use your face or use a nice presentation. And there are many templates for either PowerPoint or Google presentations. So before we go on, I see some extra questions. So I'll go from this slide, and I will be reading the questions that you have sent me through here. And Q&A, send me any more questions. That's your time. We have some more time to go through a few more questions. So feel free to ask them right now. It's your best chance. Else you need to send me the questions by email or through the community. So Ellen is asking if the communities have groups and sticky threads. Helen, our community on LearnWords have groups that you can create, but you have to add manually 1 or 2 of the students. So it's more about study groups. It's not like themes or comments or tags and subtopics. It's not like a forum. It's more like an open community, and you can break it down on courses. Each course has its own discussion topic that someone can filter on. Let me see. I have the community here. Not sure if you can see my screen well, but on the left, I can see the course discussions just for the previous course, or see about this course. These are the discussions happening inside the course player on the left of the discussion. You can have some groups. I made this one as a test group, but it's just me, some tests. So you can have some study groups more and have some people discussing in between them. I hope that helped. And about talking with the tutors, you also have private messaging. So if you know who is your tutor, you have a link to their profile inside the group, they can go and talk with the tutor. LearnWords was designed for a one-to-many course. So if you have multiple tutors, each of the tutors will need their own course. And they probably need to be an instructor depending on the level of access and how you want to fix it. People will be getting an email every time they send a message to one of the tutors, getting responses. So I see quite a few people, but I don't see any questions. So if you don't have any more questions, let's see. I will be going to some more tips. Maybe this will help you get some ideas, think about your questions. Really quickly, we have about 15, 20 more minutes. We can go on the Q&A. And if you have any questions, send them now, and I will be answering them until the end. So going back. A few extra tips I prepared. So while shooting video, the first thing that you need to do, and it's very important, is introducing yourself. I have started this webinar by introducing myself, who why I'm here, what I'm doing. It's important to set up the authority and your expertise. It will help you build a rapport. Someone who knows you will be more friendly towards you. They will like you a bit more. So it's a good idea to introduce yourself. Another thing, before you shoot the video, create a simple storyboard. You'll see a link to storyboards on one of the ebooks. Go there and download the template. It's also, I think, on one of the ebooks that's a downloadable. You have a storyboard template you can use. That's simple boxes that you can fill up like a movie cinema scene. Think that you're saying that this is the scene I want first. This is the 3 bullet points I will say on that scene. Having this storyboard for each of your learning units or your sections or the learning outcomes you want to speak of will help you a lot on how to structure your ideas. Have in mind to always record small parts. An example for a summit we had early this year, I had a 20 minutes speech I had to give on the summit. It was a recording, and I had to shoot it 3 times. My breath was taken out. It was very difficult. It was very difficult to shoot alone in front of the camera and record all the time. And I also did a few mistakes I could not correct. But shooting in less than 5 minutes, anywhere between 2 or 5 minutes videos, it's easy to remember what you're saying. It's easy to redo it, reshoot it if you have made any mistakes. Shoot especially this part that you made the mistake. And it takes less time to fix mistakes, and you can add all these as one. You can also do minor edits and connect them to a bigger video. For example, you see I split the presentation in parts. You can have 5-minute sections, and when you're changing the subject of the presentation, this could be where I cut the video, I stop, and then I reshoot a new video. This will help you a lot when you're recording video for your course. Another thing is always ask for people like you, friends, family, or students that you are doing a test run of the course, early adopters, test users, go for feedback. It's incredibly important because those early people will help you learn more about your course, see the mistakes early on, and improve. Another thing is camera anxiety. So a lot of people don't feel very comfortable in front of the camera. I was one of those people. I was very stressed in the beginning, and I don't know if you see anything, but even 5 minutes before this webinar, I was also stressed and worried about it. But the thing is, when you go live, your audience doesn't know how stressed you are. It doesn't look how stressed you are. They don't feel your heartbeat racing. You feel it. They don't. So don't feel bad about how you are showing up on the camera. You feel differently than your audience is than your audience is looking at you. Marwa, thank you. I was far away from the microphone. I'll get closer. So another thing you can do is assume a role. You might have a role as a parent. You might have a role as a coworker, a colleague, anything in your life. But when you record for your course, or you are giving a live lecture or a webinar, you are the educator. You are the expert. So don't think that you have to take the schools you have to take the children to school tomorrow. You are the expert. You are the presenter right now. You are the educator. You are the teacher. Assume this role. Think of yourself as the role and focus on the role. It will help you deliver a better result. Also, dress comfortably. Dress with something that either you feel comfortable or you show the power of your role. If you are a chef and teaching a cooking course, put on your chef cap. If you are a professional teaching Excel skills, you might want a shirt. If you are a sport fitness instructor, dress as you are going to the gym. This will help you get into the mood, into the role. Also, rehearsal. Go through your presentation 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 times. How many times you feel comfortable? Do a few test shoots and see yourself. This will help you be more comfortable and more natural in front of the camera. And I promise you, it gets easier every time. Every time you shoot a new video, every time you do a new live, every time you do a face-to-face training, a new face-to-face training, it will be much easier than the previous one. Another thing being talked a lot about the past couple of years in course creators, a lot of people are feeling the imposter syndrome. This is more about self-doubt, that you are not good enough to teach. You might be having this thought like, I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. Why learn from me and not from this guy or the other guy? Why they should buy from me? So those are just emotional thoughts of self-doubt. Everyone has it, even the most successful people. So the best way, there are a few tips and tricks to overcome this. First of all, think about the facts over your feelings, because I feel that I'm not the right person is not the reality. It's a feeling, it's an emotion. What's the fact? That I or you might be an expert in my field for so many years. I might be a gardener or gardening expert. I might be working in an office and I'm the super master of Excel for the past 5 years. Maybe all my colleagues are asking me for advice. I have been coaching people and helping friends and family lose weight. So think about it. Think about why you are here. You decided to teach a course. You're probably an expert, or you know more than other people. They are asking you for advice. There are people following you on Instagram because you teach this. There are reasons why you are here right now. Think about these reasons and maybe note them down. Make a list that you can read every time you feel that you are the imposter here. Recognize the feelings of being an imposter and self-doubt. Recognize these moments and see why they happen. And why they happen can be the reason that you will go on. Maybe you're not comfortable doing lives, and you need to do self-paced course, do recordings only. Maybe it's because you're trying to make a course more advanced that you can do. You can be an expert on something, but you can be an expert on a low-level item and not the advanced Excel sheet. Might be you're teaching people how to use computer skills. The level you're teaching might be relevant and you don't need to go on the full advanced level immediately. Maybe you're not there yet. Think about positive thoughts. Visualize your future and your future success. Try to think where you want to go over where you are right now and where you are worried. those are also symptoms and feelings of depression. So thinking something positive can get you out of the loop, and you might need to break the loop. Many people have it, especially if we're working alone, especially in this condition that we're working a lot from home. And many times being an entrepreneur is a lonely job. So if you are working alone, have a support group, talk with someone and try to have some positivity in your life and take your breaks and have some life around your entrepreneurial or a support cycle like your family, your friends, or a community. Working alone for many hours might impact you, and your mental health is much more important, and you need to take care of it if you want to succeed in this line of job. I've talked already about visualizing success. And another thing, learn to reward yourself. You have a milestone, you might take a day off because you might be working 7 days a week until you launch this course. Maybe after you launch it, take a couple of days of vacations, a weekend off without even touching the computer. Maybe you have reached your revenue goals, which might be $1,000, $10,000, $50,000 in X amount of time. Then take some vacations, get yourself something nice, or just pat yourself on the back with small achievements on the way there. You have done a video, have a checklist and say, I have finished these 3 things about my business, about my course. Congratulate yourself and feel that you have achieved something. It was not just a day that just passed like that. When you learn to reward yourself, you will be better mentally and you will be better as a professional. And this was my last slide, but I have seen in the meantime that we have a lot of questions coming in, so I will try to go through them. Helen, very nice suggestion about recording yourself every day and then watching yourself on the camera. That's a pretty nice suggestion. I'm still not used personally to watch myself on the camera. I haven't been doing webinars since last year. So that's a pretty good advice. Marwa, we're going to have a recording, and then everyone who is asking, I will try later today to upload the recording. If not today, tomorrow. And you can come back to the course and find the recording, and you can rewatch it as many times as you need to. About writing a script, yes, it's a good idea to write a script. Now, learning it or reading it depends on the time of the script. So think that a 2 minutes video might be easy to learn a script too, so you don't need it. Practice a few times, you're probably going to learn it. If not, there are apps for writing scripts, and you can monitor and change the timing, how they go through your screen. So for longer videos, especially, you might need an app, and you can put it in front of you and read through the script. Even on your computer, laptop, or your laptop, you can have it running through, and you can read from the script. It's good to practice the script a few times. Even if you read the script, if you have practiced it before, it will feel more natural. If you just read it for the first time on the video, it will not feel natural, so you need to reshoot it. So Alexandra is asking about compressing the videos. Compressing the videos doesn't mean making them smaller and less in quality. Compressing using the software that we suggest here, it's just making them smaller by keeping the quality. If you over compress them, you can, yes, throw out the quality, but if you can change the quality. My suggestion is start with 780p or 1080p, with actually 720, I think, and 1080, which is a high definition video, but compress it using a normal compressor software. If you search our support database about how to compress, we have some suggestions of settings and options that will keep your videos high definition, sharp, and without loss of quality. It doesn't mean making them so small that they're going to not be good. On the other hand, have in mind that that having a 1 GB video for maybe 10 minutes, it's not a good thing. I give my example about my parents' house. They don't have fiber because of their area. The companies do not support fiber there, so the connection is not very good. If I was going to be there and looking at a video of 10 minutes that I had to download 1 GB for it, it might be okay. Sometimes it might not, but I would probably need to wait like 30 seconds for it to load. And then every 1 or 2 minutes, it might be breaking down and I will have to wait to watch your video. So you really want to compress it to a logical size. Doesn't mean to destroy the quality. And have in mind people in not a good place. It could be a village, it could be a small town, it could be another country in the world that did not have the speed you have at your own place. So most of the people in the world do not have fiber. Most of your audience potentially might not have very high speeds. So many will have. So you want to have your course be accessible to as many people as possible. You don't want to create a bad experience for your students. So compress it up to a logical point where it just loads seamlessly and the quality is better, the experience is much better. Let's see a follow-up of Alexandra. Yes, you're also right about the script. Yes, you can look it from time to time or have it there, and it's kind of a protection. So if you'll be feeling stressed if you don't have the script near you, especially on a long video. So just have it there. You can just take a look and remember, even bold a few words, have some bullet points, will help you make the video much smoother. David, is the sound better now? If anyone is having any sound issues, I think the recording will be fixing this. And if you have any questions I haven't answered or you want later on, please feel free to send them later on. So I'm checking David's question right now. And David, if you don't know the answer to your question about, okay, the question is about advertising to a specific location because of the nature of the course, and you want the students to be in a close geographical area. So if you don't know the question, my suggestion is hire a marketing expert to help you, because that means that you haven't used and done advertising on any of the electronic platforms right now. It's very easy to do it on Facebook. I do think on Instagram the same, and many other platforms like Google AdWords can allow this capability, and actually most paid ads platforms that I know allow for this. You can do that. If you don't know to, you cannot manage to do it, it might be a good idea to consult an expert. Other than advertising, I will also suggest you look for maybe Facebook groups or local community groups that you can send your course to. So you can find physical locations, physical social structures that people are fine with. It's in Ontario, it's close to you, and this will help you advertise and promote your course in the same area. David, also about your students, makes sense. David is asking, saying that his course and some background is about finding a long and everlasting love, and they have to have the same knowledge, the same level of knowledge. This is a good way to talk about a little bit about assessments. It might not be the exact nature of your course to test the knowledge, but it might be. In some course, assessments are incredibly powerful, incredibly important, and you need to test the knowledge. This is something we do on Lerwords, and you have seen the quizzes to reinforce knowledge, and you have seen the assignment that I ask you to either share on the assignment or on the community, your challenges or your course outlines. So this is something you can do on your course, either through the social part of the community or through assignments, and you can test the knowledge of the people, and you can even block the next section that if they do not reply correctly on an exam or an assignment, they cannot pass forward. So you can kind of ensure that people who are finishing your course have the same level of knowledge and they understand each other before you are going to connect them or they're going to connect by themselves. So, and you can add the certificate. So on their profile on Lerwords, each one can see that they have a certificate on the course. So they're on the same level. And they can connect with peers who have finished the course. So I don't see any other questions. Thank you very much for participating. It's great to have so many people and so interested in sending questions and being here to study and create your online course. Be sure to keep in touch. Be sure to send your challenges, your ideas, connect with others of the community, and send me your questions by email if you are stuck somewhere, if you don't know how to continue, or there is something that you have any questions on. Tomorrow, we're going to open the next unit, and on the last day, we're going to present also how you can actually upload your code on Lerwords. We'll have a lot of videos. And one more thing is we have a lot of videos and tutorials on YouTube. Go check our YouTube channel also, subscribe there. We're uploading our new webinars. We're doing a live right now on YouTube too. And you can see the tutorials of how to use the course and many more resources or improving your own course and start creating it and even selling it. And after you're finished on this workshop, be sure to keep up and following on the next workshops that will be teaching you on how to sell. And get ready, get on the high mode because Black Friday is pretty close. It's 1.5 months away, and you have to be ready to sell on Black Friday. It's a huge day that people are expecting to sell, to purchase courses. Laurie, probably the last question here. A course, as you build it on Lerwords, will be on a subdomain. So let me show you again and just launch it, changing a little bit my screen. You see here that just launch it .lerwords.com. This is because it's our own school, our own course. But actually, when you purchase your subscription, you can connect your own website through Lerwords. It could be lori.com, it could be academy.lori.com, or you can be using your main domain like lori.com as the main place for your course and white label the address. And no one will ever know that they went out of your website. It's not going to be hosted inside your website if you're using WordPress, Wix, or something else. It could be a subdomain inside a Lerwords environment, but it's your own environment. You have the control there. That's how it works. Julie, you can look at our support. I will write you right now. Julie is asking about how to embed a live Zoom section inside the course. You don't exactly embed it. You connect your Zoom account through Lerwords, and then you can go and create a learning unit with Zoom that your people will join the same way you're joining right now and see the course, or they can also open it in externally. Helen, we have some resources. Let me send you one of our articles, but we're going to update it. One thing I forgot to mention, and let me change how I share my screen. So I send you an article on how you can create a course landing page, but it's still we're still going to update that. Sorry. But another thing you can do, if you go to our main homepage and go to resources and the daily webinars, we have multiple webinars going live every day, and you can request for a recording you cannot make it at the time. And you can see how to use our site builder to create your landing page or or how to design. You can see how to have a generic Q&A on Learnwords, how to create and configure your content, a general overview of the platform. And some of those are being run every day. Elisa is showing a version of the course building that we are going to show here recording on this workshop. These are how to technically make your website and make your, this is the purpose of the workshop in 2 weeks. And this is the purpose of the article I sent you. It talks a little bit more on sales. And you can look into our website, and there are many guides on how to do that. And you can also see our free books and the checklist. There are many helpful material we have prepared about almost everything. So we have the ultimate guide on selling and marketing. There is some items on selling and the landing pages. We have the email sequence and templates that you can use to sell. Let me see about design. Most of the landing page and website design are coming up. You can see some on our YouTube. So there are some videos already on YouTube, and you can check how to use the site builder and how you can, for example, you can change your page, your full page for Black Friday, and there are many guides. I do think we have a playlist just about how to use the site builder. And you can see how quickly you can design a new page with so I'm going to skip that. Laurie, if you're asking about writing educational ebooks, we have content to help you, but we don't give the templates that you can create the ebooks. You can see here that every book that you're reading has some templates inside. It's not the content, it's the design. So I'm going to edit just to show you really quickly. I see that we have some more technical questions right now, so I'm going to extend a little bit. You see, I have a big choice of different headings I can use on Learnwords. I usually use this one and the heading here. And you can create beautiful ebooks and pages using Learnwords. Just click here. I want simple text or a conclusion, some kind of quote. You might want an educational ebook like a paragraph or a question or a quote. You might want to embed a video. You might want to have columns inside and maybe say something in columns. So all of these ready-made templates that while using Learnwords, you can just go there and choose which one you prefer and make your ebook really quickly. If you have the content on a Word document or anywhere else already, it's very fast. Like I can create an ebook in 5 minutes. All I need is just have a Word document with content ready. That's very fast to create one. Julie, no, Julie's asking if I send the reminders of the live session on the Learnwords platform. No. We have some notification emails on the platform, but not exactly for the live session. So this will be trying to find settings, integrations, and you see email marketing. We have integrations with some of the top email marketing platforms, and right now I'm using MailChimp to send you the emails. You can use ActiveCampaign, Aweber, or ConvertKit, or you can use Zapier to automatically do those, or you can just manually update and send the emails from there. Helen is asking if she can embed an iframe. Iframes are a little bit difficult, depends on the case. They have to come from a secure connection, or else you cannot embed them. You probably need to talk with our support and see what you need to embed. I'm not 100% sure if you can do it, and it depends on what you want to share. And David, no, the chat will not be visible on the recording. You can click then save the links now, or send me an email with anything you're looking for later, and I can share them with you. So it's probably the third time I'm saying that, but we seem to be finished. Thank you very much all for attending. Thank you for being such an awesome crowd, and thank you for your questions. It's very exciting to have someone really listening and asking questions and be actively involved with our teachings. And good luck with creating your online course. Good luck with selling it. And be sure to know that we are here to help you. Have a nice day, morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, if you are watching live or you are watching the recording.